Hello, it's Phillip Taylor speaking from Richmond Green Chambers, and I have pleasure in introducing a book which I use regularly. It's one that I find extremely helpful for my work in the county courts dealing with RTA matters. It's part of the APIL series, that's the Association of Personal Injury Lawyers, and Jordan Publishing. It's the new edition of the Guide to RTA Liability, Road Traffic Accident Liability, now in a second edition. The general editor is Andrew Ritchie from 9 Goth Square, and the contributors, are a large number of them, all come from 9 Goth Square. You can see the back of the book there, there's the spine. There is a short index at the back, not very much of an index I must confess, but that's not really what this book is about. What you've got here, you've got very useful paragraph numbering at the sides, and you've got the footnotes at the bottom, which is very helpful. But what you've got are a lot of cases. For instance, there's just Gorridge is mentioned there, you can probably just see it, and a few other decisions, looking very much at the various types of liability which are covered in what is a very detailed book. There's a lot of case law, as you can see there, and what we've got is a useful forward to the first edition. Now, the president of APIL, Amanda Stevens, produced a very nice comment, I thought, about this book. She calls it an absolute gem, and this will now be my book of first choice, she says, when I need to check any of the finer points of road traffic liability law. And in fact, that's what I do, because when you've got the practicing books, that's one thing. But when you're doing the smaller claims and the fast-track claims, it's this type of publication, I think, which is the most helpful for us as practitioners. What you have got, of course, is actually a very short preface on this occasion, but you've then got the contents section, which I'm going to talk a little bit about this time, because it goes through all the general principles to start off with. Then you look at the particular types of liability, from things like learner drivers to occupational, or owner's liability, passenger's liability, and then the driver's liability itself, which is the from chapter 7 onwards. As I say, I think this is an excellent book, and it does cover just about every sort of thing that you're going to find when you're dealing with the sort of cases. And the problem I have is that I've done so many of these trials that a lot of the stuff does tend to repeat itself. The issue concerning are you moving or are you stationary, that type of thing, where the indicator light's on, all of these things. This document actually contains a lot of stuff for the newer person coming into RTA matters, who will probably not have quite as much experience, and therefore might like to see some of the cases and some of the decisions which the judges have made, because most of the cases I do, I have no idea what the result will be, because there's such a fine difference between the evidence of the claimant and the defendant, and possibly corroborating witnesses. This guide, anyway, as I say, is written by a team of specialist PI lawyers in collaboration with APIL, who are an excellent organisation for personal injury lawyers, and it does give practical guidance in a detailed way which I don't really find in any of the other books. It's broken down into 26 accessible chapters, each focusing on particular aspects of RTA liability, and I think in this new edition, which has been completely updated, there are some very useful points concerning claims made in the UK from foreign accidents, new EC directives on the old RTA directives which have consolidated the rules, pedestrians run down when drunk, because you've got the contributory negligence issue, which is always something you should think of. Failure to wear seatbelts and so forth, what is a motor vehicle, that sort of thing. I'm delighted with this book. It's one that I've been very pleased to have in the past, and now it's in a new edition with the updated case law. It's just what we want. So thank you to the very large number of people involved in its production. Very grateful to have it. Bye bye.